Hello, dear Libra. I am Jamie Dawn, your revolutionary astrologer, bringing you your February 2022 horoscope. And we kick off the month with Venus now moving direct. And the reason I'm pointing that out is it is your ruler. So if you have a Libra sun, moon, or rising sign, then Venus is playing a big part in your life. And now that she is direct in your fourth house, you should be able to start to see some movement and maybe some external validation, attraction of anything that helps you feel really grounded and rooted here. That has to do with the Venusian energy of finance, values, relationships. And of course, Libra, you're all about relationships, not just romance, but connecting and partnering with others and having that kind of lightness in your life. We also kick off the very 1st of February with a new moon in Aquarius, and this is highlighting your 5th house. So I have a feeling some of you Libras may have been holding something close to your chest in regards to a relationship, and this new moon could have you now declaring we're going to move beyond casual love affair and into something more committed. It may also be that if you're single, you've decided at this new moon, you're going to set some intentions about putting yourself out there, maybe in some unusual ways, maybe using technology here because it is an Aquarius new moon, and you're ready to connect with the unusual, different, and also you may find that your connections lead to a new relationship or a new love affair in a very unusual way. This is a wonderful opportunity also to look at what gives you great pleasure, set some intentions around how you get to express yourself and how you're able to find some sense of joy and fulfillment in your life, really giving a lot of space and grace to yourself and others about how they show up, what you can naturally attract to you. 5th house isn't so much about money, but because we are working with Venus being direct in that 4th house, I would also say that you'll probably be setting some intentions on how you can find money or finance and increase there through something you enjoy doing. So some of you Libras may be starting a new business, launching a new business, maybe having a little side hustle going on, or at least setting the intentions. I would offer that you wait just a little bit longer to launch it, only because Mercury is still retrograde until the 4th. And so just a few days ahead of this new moon, or I should say after the new moon, then Mercury will station and go direct. It stays in shadow about 10 days after. But if you're really looking to launch something and make a declaration, believe it or not, the full moon in Leo on the 16th would be a great time to do it. Just say it. Now, I'll add some more pins on the map here for you. Now that your ruler Venus is moving direct in Capricorn in that 4th house, Mars has also moved into its exalted sign of Capricorn, also activating and driving that 4th house matters. And so if you felt a little frustrated, if you felt a little bit delayed or unmotivated, maybe to do something with your home and family, or you've had some really hard discussions with family members, maybe there's an elderly parent that you've had to talk about caregiving, or say a sibling wasn't showing up to help out with it. This is an opportunity for you to roll up your sleeves and have these maybe more difficult conversations about what you all need to feel really rooted or feel as though you belong in this situation. The other thing that this can offer to you is that with Mars and Venus being the cosmic lovers, is if you are in a bonded relationship, even singles, but I'm going to speak more specifically to the Libra bonded ones, then you may find opportunities to have more serious discussions and take more actions around what both of you really need for the relationship to continue to move forward, or to feel really anchored and secured, what you want to build now as a couple. If you are having relationship issues, you may find yourselves in a situation where you're ready now to start dividing assets, and you start to say, hey, maybe we need to tell the family that we're separating, things like that. Now, on the positive side of this, those Libras who are single or in a bonded relationship, you'll find yourself a lot more charming than usual. I say more than usual because you're charming already, but with the Venus and Mars here, you may have attracted opportunities where you take a more serious approach to them, but now this magnetism is further energize. You may also have to deal with some competition here. If you're in a romantic triangle, then most likely this will now come out. So if you're trying to be protective, if you're the one that has created the triangle, giving you the heads up, it's possible the other two may find out about each other or not. And there's no judgment here. Those of you who are in, let's say, open relationships or polyamorous relationships, you may actually attract to you more love and more opportunities to connect with them. Also, there is an aspect here because it does create a natural square to your sun, moon, or rising sign in Libra, all this Capricorn energy. You may be finding yourselves in situations where you really struggle around, say, the timing of things. And maybe you're wanting to get certain things done and others aren't quite getting along or playing along or jumping on board with what you know could actually work. And so the invitation here is to be able to not lose the emotional investment that you're trying to get others to engage in, because the more emotionally invested somebody is in something, the more they will be willing to work hard for it. And they'll actually take on ownership, which is something I sense you're going to need from others as well. If it's you that needs to take ownership of certain things, this is an opportunity to do that. You'll have the motivation and the energy in order to create something important to you, again, that gives you foundation and long-term results. Now, we do have a sun canoodling with Saturn on February 3rd in your 5th house. Mercury also will canoodle with Pluto in the 4th house on this day. So everything in this first week of February may hold a lot of serious conversation, but it also can give you these long-term commitments. And especially if you're dealing with, say, home or pleasure, love affairs, or the casual relationships, I will offer this. 50%, maybe more of you Libras are going to move into a serious relationship if you are single. If you are bonded, you may find yourself, you and your partner, taking on a really serious approach and having some deeper, more forceful conversations about what the two of you really need in order to be not only the best versions of yourselves, but the best couple that you can be. There's also an indication here, 5th house has to do with children. So you may have to deal with something around a child issue, or maybe your child is the one bringing the issue to you and pointing it out, going, hey, mom, dad, you're being assholes here. Can you just chill out, or can we all talk about this? And that may be the trigger you need to go deeper into some of these conversations. There is a indication here with Pluto that there could be some power struggles. You may have one idea about what you need to feel really solid, and another person may not. So do watch for that as well. Some very big decisions I sense around your home, like, do I move in with this person? Do I take on this elderly parent? My sibling won't show up, so I have to do it all. Or maybe there's power, I'm hearing like power of attorney. Also, for a few of you Libras, you may have to work through some of that, or something around the legal system shows up that you're going to have to walk through. That's not for everybody, but just keep that in mind. It feels to me like it has to do with an important relationship in your life. Now, again, Mercury will station direct on February 4th. This is right now in your 4th house because it retrograded back into Capricorn. So more of these talks around home and family, what you're loyal to, where you really belong. Now, granted, this can apply to every aspect of your life because we as human beings want to feel like we belong to something, to someone. And so depending on where this is in hitting you in your chart, you may be looking at what gives me real meaning and where do I belong in my career. And if I don't have that, I need to make changes and I need to look at how it's going to affect my home life, right? Can I pay my bills? Can I show up for my loved ones? Am I going to have to sacrifice certain values? Those are the kind of decisions that now with Mercury stationing direct and moving forward, you can start to have some clarity around it. Mercury will again canoodle with Pluto on the 11th. So if you haven't had talks the first week of February, be prepared for the second week of February. And then Mercury re-enters Aquarius on February 5th. And so now some of the deeper, more serious conversations can take a lighter version. And you're looking at how can I have more fun and pleasure and maybe even how can I communicate it through a lighthearted, maybe a way that has greater benefit to not just me, but to others. It's also a great time when Mercury enters Aquarius in that fifth house. It's on Valentine's Day for you to share your thoughts and ideas with somebody that you love, even if it's with yourself. Watch that self-talk, right? This may be an opportunity for you to really give yourself greater boost and positivity. And it can come through very unusual ways. I will also say, Libra, you may have someone who you consider to be a lot of fun to hang out with, or you just really like being around them, that they give you a surprise message. And this can bolster your energy, your ego. It also, because this is February 14th, you may get something as simple as a card, because we're dealing with Mercury and communication here. So it could be a Valentine's Day card. It could just be maybe some of your birthdays on the 14th. And so think of it as the communication that can come up suddenly and out of the blue, and it may be a really positive time. We have the full moon in Leo on the 16th, as I mentioned before, and Venus and Mars will have an exact canoodling, and this is affecting your 11th and 5th houses. And so what you may find is that old friendships, old relationships get released and new ones come in, but it may also be that you are helping your friends, your social circle expands, you find out something maybe about a particular group or a friend that you get to come in, really shine your heart, shine your opinion, and give that perspective. That's the one strength that I want to tap into for you this month, Libra. You have a beautiful way of offering perspective and offering counseling and being able to look at things and reframe them for others. And so this full moon could invite opportunities for you to support others in that way, especially with Venus and Mars here, which can help to strengthen that bottom line for you. So if you're in a business that you're counseling, or you're doing advocating or legal work, mediating, all of those things that are very complementary to Libra, you may find yourself extremely busy around this full moon and finding new ways in which you can expand your gifts with others. This also can be where some of you may have to deal, again, we're working with relationships. If you've been in a tumultuous relationship and one that maybe isn't authentic or sincere, or you found out you're in a third party situation, this full moon could have you letting that go, but you'll have the support of your friendships and those that you would consider to be your close ones to support you. And that also can help you just feel really solid through it, because even though emotions do run high during a full moon, especially if you're on the receiving end of something negative, no one can make you feel something you don't feel, but just to know that you're not alone can be a beautiful thing. The sun enters Pisces, activating your 6th house on February 18th. And so you may turn your attention to your daily life, your routines, your health. And if you have been dealing with a particular relationship dynamic that has been negative, this is an opportunity for you to go into some healing, get a professional that can help you with healing. If it is you yourself that has been working through maybe some health stuff that have come up, then hire somebody to motivate you, somebody to support you. If you haven't been happy with the diagnosis, this is an opportunity for you to get a second opinion, and you may stop at nothing to do so, because you want that anchoring, you want to feel good. There is an indication here too, Libra, that at the end of February, there may be a health issue that shows up that you need to deal with. But just know, lean in on your support group. If it's a family member or a friend that you're having to support as well, this can create a little bit of tension, I realize, and emotionally it doesn't feel great. But your services of being a healer, maybe with your words or just being fully present with them, can benefit them. I will say that overall, the month of February feels to me for you, Libra, as a beautiful month to be able to connect, to show love, to give love to yourself, to give love to others, and to really focus on, do I love what I do as well? Do I love my space? Do I love who I am in this space, or who I am when I'm with this person? Those are the kind of things you may be evaluating. And if this alignment isn't there, then you may finally say, I need to have the support to remove myself from that situation. All right, Libra, I really hope this helps. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Come find me at jamiedawn.com. I look forward to connecting with you. Have a great month.